Hey, what is going on? Alright, so you remember a couple months back I had a attempt at, it was 500 to 505 on the bench, on the squat, and squat's my weakest lift by far. And if you watch the video, you remember that this happened right here. This past week, I attempted it again. And as you can see, it went up a little more fluently than it did last time. I would say the main attribute or the contributing factor to the strength gain is programming. Actually got into the Texas method, the Mad Cow version of the Texas method, basically, and programmed for about, I want to say 10 to 12 weeks, specifically looking to get stronger and so forth. And you're like, well, programming, okay, you know, everyone programs. You're probably not programming. Going to the gym and saying, oh, today's leg day, or today is back and shoulders, or chest and triceps back, you know, that's a split, that's a workout split, and that is a piece of programming, is having a split. Programming to me is actually going in and going in, you know the exercises you're going to do, the specific exercises you're going to do, you know the specific rep ranges you're going to do, you know the number of sets, and you know the weight. So going into every workout for the past 10 to 12 weeks, I knew the amount of weight I was going to be lifting, I knew the amount of sets I was going to be doing at that weight, I knew the number of times I was supposed to do that weight, and I did it. And that's a big contributor, because I'm actually programming. And what it did is it forced me to go in and grind out. You know, it just forced me to push myself a little further, because I had a weight and a rep range that I had to get in order to complete that workout. Otherwise, I missed it. So I would highly recommend, regardless of your goals, to try and get on a program. Just, you know, going to the gym for general strength, you're not getting the most out of your gym workout. I'll put it like that. Whether it's CrossFit, whether it's powerlifting, whether it's, you know, bodybuilding, and bodybuilding doesn't have to be full muscle guys, round guys that you see on the stages and in the magazines. It can simply mean that you're looking to lose fat and put on some good quality muscle. Let's go into the gym with a purpose. Jim Wendler, who put out his 5-3-1 method. He's a strong dude, and his method is very, very popular. Lists 5 key essential elements of any workout program, and if you have these elements in your program, that program is going to be successful. The first one is you want to start off light, and that's a mistake I made on these on this particular program I was on. I started off too heavy. I was supposed to go 8 to 12 weeks without having to reset, and I got 6 weeks in and started having to adjust weights and so forth. So I definitely start off too heavy. Check your ego at the door and start off light. The other thing is to have a slow progression. You will get more if you are, for example, if you're doing 300 pounds for 5 reps on the squat today, and next week you're supposed to squat again, you will get more benefits from doing 305 for 5 sets than you will doing 325 for 2 sets, or for 2 reps. You will get more from doing 305 for 5 times than doing 325 one time next week. So progress slowly, and what you're doing is you're just conditioning your body. You're conditioning your body to build up to that weight is all you're doing. And it's more of strength that you're going to be able to maintain in the end. And on top of that, you're going to be able to work out more often because you're going to be less susceptible to injuries. Number 3, involve as many multi-joint movements as possible. In other words, as many compound movements you can incorporate into your program, do it. Look at your workout. If a majority of your workout is spent on machines, cables, or the hammer strength stuff, then you're not working out very effectively. If you are not squatting, deadlifting, or bench, you're doing yourself a big disservice, in my opinion. And there are a lot of guys who are cable extension heroes. They think they're doing something when they do the stack on whatever cable exercise they're doing. But in reality, you're not doing yourself any benefits. Number 4, constantly strive to set PRs. PRs are personal records. Now, personal records are not always 1 rep maxes. So personal record's not always just getting under the bar and doing as much weight as you can, and if you get it, then that's a personal record. You can set a personal record, for example, 315. If the most you've ever done 315 on the front squat is 2 times, and you go in your next working set and you're supposed to do 315 for 3 times, then that's a personal record. That's a PR. Because you did that particular weight 1 extra rep than you've ever done it. So going to the gym, always looking to set personal records. And the pull-ups are a big one. If the most pull-ups you've ever done is 3 in a row, and then you go in and do 4 in a row, that's a personal record. And that does one of 2 things. A, it's a good motivation. It gets you keeps you motivated, gives you something to kind of celebrate. But the other thing is if you're always trying to beat personal records, then you're always you're pushing yourself to that just a little further than you went last time, which obviously means you're going to get stronger. And number 5 in this program is to always keep some sort of athleticism. If you've done any type of powerlifting programming, it is easy to get to the point where you become stiff. Running becomes difficult, sprints become difficult, little things like jumping rope and so forth become difficult. So always try and incorporate something that allows you to keep some sort of mobility and athleticism in your workout program. Stretching, active recovery, sprints, swinging, clubs. Go to the golf range, or batting cages, something like that, and stretch and work and keep swing and hit balls or run around or jump rope, do athletic, run stairs, whatever the case is, but keep some sort of athletic minded drills and techniques in your program so that you can obviously retain mobility and flexibility. That not only just allows you to kind of live better, but it also helps prevent injury when you are training in the gym and trying to do that. So that's it. When you do program, 2 terms you want to remember. Term number 1 is volume. Volume is the number of sets and the number of reps that you do. So 5 sets of 10, that's a volume of 50. The other word is intensity, and intensity is not the tenacity in which you attack your workout. Intensity simply means weight, the amount of weight. So you've got a high volume workout, which means you're going to do a lot of reps, or you can have a high intensity workout, which means you're going to do a lot of weight. Typically speaking, the higher the intensity, the lower the volume, and vice versa. The higher the volume, the lower the intensity, or the lower the weight. So keep those in mind, because we are going to discuss some specific programs later on, and I'll be using those terms, volume and intensity, and that's what I'm talking about. As always, thank you for watching. You guys have a good day, and we'll see you later.